If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life. Hey man, grab you some popcorn, some Diet Coke, whatever it is you dig. Meet me back at Workbench. Let's go under the hood of the FirstAct. I don't know what model this is. Double Cut, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it a double cut. The FirstAct Double Cut Guitar with no serial number, no markings, no identification, my friends. Let's get into it, Jack. Friends, the first order of business is to find out if we have a truss rod, and a functioning truss rod at that. So let's see what we've been dealt here. Oh man. Well, we got lots of kind of chip paint in here. Man, let me just see if I can get you in here, guys. Give me just a minute. Okay guys, that color that you're seeing inside that truss rod, and in this light you can kind of see this guitar is kind of a burgundy color, and then the truss rod is in there. It looks to be pretty big. Let me see if it's a... My suspicion is that it is a 3/16 and not a 4. Let me start with 4 though and see. Yep, and it's not a 4. Guys, let me get my other tool. Dutchie, where's my tool, guy? I don't know, Poppy. It's not my day to watch your tools, man. Hey, guy. That's all the smack talk. I'm just sorry, Poppy. I don't know where the tools are. Okay, guys. So, 3/16, what do you think? Could be. Wow, guys. That is a 3/16 truss rod. So let me see if I can adjust the neck at all. Now, I really don't need to, but I just want to see if the truss rod turns. Okay? Man, what are you guys doing today, man? Have I asked you that already? Probably have. Anybody get tired of me asking you how you're doing? Alright guys, that truss rod does move. Functioning truss rod for the win, my friends. Functioning truss rod for the win. Okay, what else do I want to show you before I disassemble this thing? I do kind of want to give you a view of the saddles. Let me see if I can get that done. Look at this saddle angle, man. Those things are on the deck, man. I mean, you couldn't get any more flat than that if you wanted to. Now, this side of the bridge is sticking up some. It's possible that I could get that more like this, which would bring the saddles up a little bit, maybe. But even with these saddles decked, man, look at this action, guys. Whoa, holy smokes. Holy smokes. Guys, we're talking about we're talking about 3, man, right there. So yeah, okay. Well, I just wanted to let you see the saddles. And yeah, let's go back up here to the tuner. This guy needs to make his mind up. I know, right? Okay guys, let me take these strings off this guitar. I think they've served their purpose. What do you think? Okay, well, interestingly enough, these tuners are not, well, that one's a little, boy, they're tighter than the Xaviere was and some other tuners I've seen. This one's kind of loosey-goosey. These others are, these are really taut up here. All right, there is no nut, man. That is weird. Let me see what we're rocking on the back here. I'm going to go ahead and take one off. Just in case we wanted to maybe swap tuners, which I don't know. I was asked to get it ready for the grandson. I was not asked to upgrade it. So I don't know if we'll be putting on new tuners or not. However, I bet you guys can't see anything I'm doing, can you? This guy, what is he doing? I don't trust him when I can't see him. All right. Well, that is, I'm going to call that a, what's that, an 8 mil? Yep. Guys, that's about an 8.5 mil hole. So if you had a FirstAct guitar, if you were going to update the tuners, you need either the vintage size or you need to be prepared to bore that hole out a little bit, okay? So that's not a big deal. I can do that should we decide to do that. But yeah, just FYI on that deal. Yep, 8.5 ferrule hole. So I think what I'm gonna do until I hear back from my relative to see if they want to upgrade the guitar or just get it playable, I'm gonna go ahead and normal this up. Now what's interesting about these tuners is they have no screw here, so you can't tauten those up any. You've got a couple here that are loosey-goosey, so. All right, guys, I'm gonna do the coup de grace. I'm just gonna pop this neck off, and then we're gonna talk about the guitar, okay? So let me clear the area for that manifestation to occur. Alrighty, I'm gonna use that. Prop this neck up a little bit. Yeah, let me get you down here and we'll pop this neck off. What do you think? Plate, we got a traditional hole in there. Nondescript plate. All right. But I don't think, since the neck is just gonna pop out, let me just, it's not the way I wanted to do that, guys, but look at this, J-Man. These screws are not threading that body, Jack. Cool. All right. All right, so, oh my. So the neck, you've got your debris and sawdust. And you've got your traditional bumpies. Your nibs, as it were. I'll take my file and that's the sound of the file makes. Yeah, so Jay in a video was today, oh, look at that. Was that a shim that fell out that I didn't see? That's interesting too, guys. What kind of shim? Oh, man. I wish I'd turned that guitar over before I did that. Look, oh. 2 pieces of cardboard. Oh, man. I guess the world will never know. That could explain a lot about the saddle height, I guess. But yeah, man, Jay was talking today in a vid about how he got a shorter handle screwdriver because the screwdriver that he'd been using was kind of long and he tends to over tighten things. Sounds familiar to me. And yeah, man, so maybe I need to investigate one of those and do away with the longest screwdriver in the world. Guys, I just use that screwdriver because I think it's funny. And I've told that story a few times. I won't tell it again because I doubt anybody thinks that story is as funny as I do. Yeah, probably not. Oh, come on, man. Critics are everywhere. So yeah, apparently there's a trim in this guitar. And yeah, about that. There was not a trim bar in the bag, and the way that bridge was decked, I don't know anybody could ever use it. And not to worry, I will be decking, if not blocking, the trim. And if you hang on the channel, you already knew that. Okay guys, here's the money shot. So that's what we're dealing with. Lots of burgundy. Again, you've got kind of this plywood looking thing, or possibly a router bit that was just really jagged. I don't know. Very interesting though that it does have a trim in it. Dime size pots, green chiclet, output jack that could explain some of the crackling that I heard, the way that that's sitting up against the side of that wall in there. All right, well, let's loosen these screws up, get these springs off here, and take this thing apart, man. See, it is totally, that's what you do when you want to deck a bridge, man. You move the claw all the way toward the top of the guitar, i.e. the nut side of the equation. And that will pull your bridge down where it's, for the most part, flat. Boy, they stripped that screw doing this. All right, if you're playing the home game, 2 questions for you. One, does anybody think there's anything under this pick guard right here? I don't, but I could be wrong. Look at that. Completely pointless unless you dig a pick guard, which I don't know that I do. Look how thin that is. Man, that's like 1 ply, half ply, something like that. All right, take this bridge out. You know, as trem blocks go, that ain't the thinnest one I've seen. It's actually pretty stout. A little bit of weight to it. No telling. I mean, I don't know what your intonation could have been like this mess, but yeah, man. All right, bridge is up. Well, we're doing a little bit more than going under the hood, aren't we? Straight up de-installing. So here's the pickup. Absolutely no markings whatsoever. It is a little bit heavy. It does have the plate on it. Some kind of tape ribbon around it. All right, yeah, pickup. Might as well take the claw out while we're here, right? Now the output jack was suspect, if you remember, during the, oh, look at all the, what's that? How did straw get in there? That's just weird. All right, so you got your cheesy import jack. Guys, if you like these kind of jacks, man, rock them all day long. You might want to bend it in a little bit so the connection is a little bit better. But the way this was positioned, this was right on the wall of that hole. Maybe that's where our staticky was coming from. And it was just loosey-goosey in there, man. All right, pots. I'm assuming those are 500K dime size pots. All right. Now, I don't know if I'll have room for full-size pots without getting my router out. And I ain't scared to route anything, jack. You can tell the cavities, man. Just lots of debris, lots of remains of the day. That looks like stacked plywood to me. I don't know. I think it was actually a pretty guitar at one time. Now I'm seeing wood grain. Before I was just seeing burgundy. Oh yeah, man, the cavities are wonky and lots of sawdust and splinter type stuff. You got your hole there. I don't think I'm going to tighten that right now. I might decide I'm going to paint this guitar. The pocket is interesting. It's got a big goop of paint right here. That's kind of, none of that is flat and flush. The sides are kind of the smoothest part of any cavity that we have. And I think it did have shims in it that, unfortunately, the way I pulled the guitar apart did not help us to get a good look at that. Well, okay, guys, that's going to do it for this vid. And the vids that are coming up, we will begin to work on the guitar. We're going to have to do some fret filing. If you can tell, these frets have a little bit of indentation in them. So one video will be preparing the neck, dealing with frets, checking to see if we have any high ones, crowning, polishing, all the things we do with frets. The tuners I may just keep until we can assess whether or not we want to upgrade parts to that extent. Because we did have electronic issues, I will more than likely be attempting to upgrade to full-size pots, pure tone output jack, since I happen to have one of those jack. The pickup seemed to work pretty well. Again, we'll just have to assess that as we move forward. I need to really clean everything here. Get this all normaled up, cleaned up, clean this body up, check that pocket out, do a little bit of routing right here with my Dremel. All right, guys, well, this ought to be a fun project, man. But this was a FirstAct Double Cutaway guitar for a relative's grandson. So, yeah, man, stick around for future vids, and man, this ought to be a good ride. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, man. You guys are blessed. And as my friend Chris would say, you don't have to worry about that Firefly FTL box. That's a different project. Well, as always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Hey, rock on with your bad selves, everybody. Catch you down the road.